Hi guys, thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Guys, why do you think that Melody said that somebody recorded her conversation when it was on public platforms? Melody tweeted that someone recorded her conversations and it was being insinuated by the fans that Stormi recorded her conversation during her visit to Mel's house when Mel was getting the massage. And, of course, Stormi claps back saying that, it's foolish to even think that when this is a public conversation that was had on several different, outlets. Now, the YouTubers, of course, have this information. It was nothing for Destiny to pull up, and have it ready, maybe a YouTube channel or even the actual interview, So to accuse Stormi, which is not what Melody did, but she insinuated that somebody recorded her conversations. Stormi is pissed off. Her mother's pissed off because they're saying that Melody is pretty much carrying out this narrative. She's not telling her fans the truth, that she's a liar, that she is keeping this narrative going, knowing good and well nobody recorded her conversation. It just makes no sense to them. And Stormi mother has entered the chat saying, she don't trust Mel. She's a liar. She's been telling Stormi about Melody. Melody never wanted Stormi on the show. And how small Huntsville is. And Melody better watch who she talk and run her mouth to, because they run in the same circles. And apparently it got back to Stormi that Melody never wanted her on the show. And of course the fans are coming back saying, well, Melody gave Stormi a seat at the table. She let her on the show. And Stormi's mother responds saying Melody doesn't have a table. This is not her show. She didn't let Stormi do anything. Name one thing Melody has ever done for Stormi. And then she says, well, I can name 2 or 3 things. One, Stormi allowed Melody to use her pool whenever she and her kids wanted to. Stormi allowed Mel to have one of her video shot at Stormi's house. And I believe the third one was Stormi allowed Mel to have her album release party there. So this is getting really messy. Stormi goes on to say, Ma, you've always been right about my friends, but let's pray that you're wrong about this one. Not chastising her mother, not telling her mother these things are not true, because the only thing that Stormi mother has is what she's told her. You understand? So for your mother to make these kinds of accusations and say these kinds of things is based on the conversations that you and your mom has had. People do have their own discernment and they see things for themselves. She may have picked up on things, by being around Mel, but I don't know. It seems deeper. I know this is very, very messy. And then a fan went on to inbox Stormi, and she said she inboxed Mel as well. She inboxed Stormi saying, are you and Melody friends? And Stormi reveals, and of course, this made the internet. Stormi reveals that, no, she said a phone call will do. If you guys are friends, you shouldn't be talking about this on the internet. You or Melody, y'all should be having a phone call. And Stormi goes on to notify the fans that, evidently we're not friends because I don't have her number. We've all heard recently Mel say that about only 5 or 6 people have her phone number. And I guess Stormi is not one of them. The 5 must be her mother, Marcus, her manager, that's 3, probably Brittany, and oh my God, who knows? I don't know, about 5 or 6 people she said has her phone number. It's being alleged that she's getting her house searched for bugs, for recording devices. Like, are you kidding me? This has gone way too far. A fan goes on to say that Mel is the star, hun. Stormi may have more money, but she's not a star. It has to be in you and not on you. Betty Steele, Stormi's mom, responds saying, nothing to be said about this C-list celebrity. It's about her trying to create a narrative. Stormi mother responds to another fan saying, I ain't insinuating anything. I don't write in riddles. I am stating it clearly. It's always the same ones who jump on here like Captain Save a Garden too when they think Melody has an issue with someone. The fan goes on to say, not at all. I just wanted her to see for herself from the horse's mouth. In other words, these things are public, written in public. These messages and these responses is in public. So they want to screenshot it to send it to Melody to say exactly what Stormi or whoever, in this case is Stormi and her mother, is saying. So she's saying not at all. I just wanted her to hear it directly from the horse's mouth. If you write it, it's what you're saying. So therefore, I could screenshot this and send it to Melody and let her see your responses as a whole. Miss Betty goes on to say she can hear for herself if she really wants to. Stormi mother goes on to say Mel been moving sideways for a moment with Stormi. She never wanted Stormi on that show from the beginning. Huntsville is a small town and people run in the same circles. Be careful of who you run your mouth to. The fan goes on to say, you're her mom and know exactly how she feels. So my assumptions were correct. Thank you. Miss Betty responds, well, you know what assumptions are like, and no one knows exactly how anyone else feels. That is the problem with some of these groups. You are always assuming you know. Another fan responds to a Betty Steele saying Melody doesn't like anyone who's not kissing her behind. Miss Betty responds saying exactly. Another fan comments to Miss Betty, considering Mel added her to the table, to the show, I would say she does. Meaning that, she did do something for Stormi. And the fan says, what has Stormi done for Mel? Stormi mother responds saying, Melody does not have a table. What help can you prove that Mel has given Stormi? I can recall 2 and prove 3 times Stormi has helped Mel, allow her and her children to use the use of her pool when they wanted to go swimming, the use of the home for shooting her video, the use of her home for her video release party. Another fan says, do you think Melody likes Stormi for real? Miss Betty says, was she really? Another fan responds to Betty, you sound like those Lion Scots. And guys, this took the cake, okay? Miss Betty says, you sound like that Lion Melody. What? Honey, those are fighting words. There's no assumption in that. Stormi enters the chat saying the crazy part about it is this is being insinuated because of a post on Twitter. Why would anyone need to secretly record what is on a public interview? A simple rewind would show it's not verbatim. And do y'all really believe I would secretly record someone? Stormi continues, and someone would just cut my voice out perfectly. It makes no sense. But the crazy thing is, this narrative is being pushed because Melody posted that someone secretly recorded her on Twitter, as if those exact words are not on are not on over multiple public interviews. Here's the tweet that Melody Shari wrote on Twitter saying, "Child, so who the hell recorded this conversation?" This is the post from a fan that started the whole conversation. So Stormi recorded her and Mel's conversation and shared it with Destiny. This started a whole bunch of mess and brought out all of the animosity that was already being felt between Stormi and Melody. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Thank you.